Hello. Hi guys. Let me not shout. This is actually really loud in my ears. Let me turn up. And that should be good. So tell me I don't have good taste in music. Tell me I don't have good taste in music. Not you looking up my Spotify to look at what I'm listening to. Yeah? Yeah. Hi, how are you? How's everyone? I okay. Anyways, how's everyone today? I'm excited for this. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm nervous for every stream. Let me not actually front. I'm nervous for every stream. Um, but today I'm extra nervous because I want to do right by Tamil cinema and buy these films. So movies. Just don't be nervous. Of course. Why didn't I think of that before? Of course. Okay. Um, what was I gonna do? I was gonna do. To be honest, you like Dude. I don't know what I like Dude. I can like semi crappy films and really good films. I'm not saying if I thought Dude was one of the best that Kollywood had to offer, Dude would be sorry, my fan is blowing my hair everywhere. Hi Valkyrian. If I thought Dude was some of the best that Kollywood had to offer, it would be up for analysis today. It is not. It is not. Um so today we have you watched LIK? I have not seen LIK. It's worse. Okay, worser isn't a word. It's more worse. It's more worse. It's worse. No, it's just worse. It's worse than Dude. Right. Anyways, I can explain the plot of Varachane to you gladly, but it's gonna take away if you do decide to watch. The thing is, of all the three films that I picked today, I didn't pick these films because they're my favorite films. I picked them because they are genuinely, I believe them to be the best of what Kollywood has to offer. Some of the best, not the very best, but in my opinion, all three of these films I've seen multiple times. I've seen Vada Chennai and Kaithi three times, and I've seen Vikram Vedha twice, right? The first time I watched all of these films, I didn't like them because I felt sort of disconnected. I felt like I couldn't really get into it because when it comes to movies, it's my escape place, it's my happy place. I'm very happy go lucky. So I need like the Vijay-esque films, the mass entertainment, the I need like a good love plot. So because of that, all three of these films initially when I first watched it years ago when they first came out, I found it a little bit difficult to connect with them all. And then after I watched Kaithi and Vada Chennai again, maybe a couple of years later, I was like, oh shit, this is actually quite, when you lock in, it's very good storytelling. Vada Chennai has some of the it's some of the best storytelling. I can't I genuinely Vikram of the three, Vikram Vedha is my favorite, but like Vada Chennai is up there. So yeah, that's why I picked these three for this segment. So I don't want to ruin it for you guys and tell you the plot. Um, because Vanachane, because it jumps backwards and forwards in time, if I tell you certain things, it's gonna ruin it. I can't. Okay, so uh, welcome to our deep dive, everyone. I'm Aura, and this is Malik.
Hello.
Um, so like I said, if you've seen the TikTok promo, Malik is a filmmaker, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm a filmmaker. Yeah, I've been doing film since I was like a little kid. I've always been interested in many different types of cinematic language, and I've dove into Korean film and Chinese film. Obviously, Indian film was it actually wasn't my first choice because I've really just gotten into Indian films within the last like couple of years. So it's just been really fun diving through that type of cinematic language and what it has to offer. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much why we're here. And excited to talk about these.
Okay. Do you wanna reveal? It's up to you. Do you wanna reveal the project that you're doing, or
Not yet.
not
I'm
yet?
still
Okay.
writing
Okay,
that.
then we
Yeah,
can move on.
yeah,
We can move on.
yeah. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe it'll come in conversation, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, do you wanna start? So I know we're gonna talk about Kaithi and we're gonna talk about Vikram
Mhm.
Vedha. I think we
Yep.
start with Kaithi first because, in my opinion, Vikram Vedha is better. Actually,
You think Vikram Vedha is better than Kaithi? Okay, interesting.
yeah. I'm guessing you think it's the other way
Interesting.
around.
Very slightly though. Like I don't know, maybe because I'm coming off of like the legs of Pushpa, I thought Kaithi was more in my vein at that
Yeah.
point. But I have a lot to say about Vikram Vedha, honestly. That one
Is it from a story perspective, or do you have a lot more to say in terms of a sort of cinematic perspective, like the way it's shot and stuff like that?
cine cinematically I thought it was pretty cool. There are some funny um VFX moments that I want to go over, but
Okay.
um I think the story just kept throwing me for a loop, and I almost got dizzy at the end. I was like, how many more? And the way it ended, that honestly,
Okay, so this is, I think that is
yeah,
that's exactly why I prefer Vikram Vedha to Kaithi. Um,
okay,
so like I told you, like I'm not much of an action person. Like I'm
hmm,
more like plot is
fair,
what attracts me. And
fair,
obviously
fair,
the
yeah,
the sort of parallel storyline
right, right.
in
The whole
Kaidi is very
dichotomy
interesting.
twist, yeah, yeah.
But I think the way that Vikram Vedha was written is very clever. But okay, we can get into it. So up to you. Which one do you want to do Kaidi first or
Yeah, yeah. Let's jump into Kaidi first.
okay, cool. Let me just pull up my
That one is the most familiar feeling out of the two that I've watched so far in terms of like coming from Dollywood cinema and what they do on a general basis there.
okay. So I'm gonna let you know something that I didn't let you know beforehand. I didn't
Mhm.
let you know deliberately, but Kaidi is actually the first in a series of films. Um
Really, the way
yes.
it ended kind of gave me that vibe, but I wasn't sure if they were just gonna keep it like that.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you whether you
Hmm.
picked up on that, and I'm glad that you did. So it's so the director
Interesting.
Lokesh Kanagaraja, he also wrote it. And he's
Hmm.
written and directed a bunch of films that sort of fit into that universe. Um and he's doing like his films, or the films that fall under that universe are known as the
Hmm.
LCU films, the Lokesh Cinematic Universe, which is
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
And he actually is doing like an Avengers type, so like his
No
heroes
way.
or anti-heroes get their own films, and then I'm pretty sure at some point he's going to bring them all together to do one big sort of hoopla. Um
Mm.
so just saying, so the second film in that universe is the best. I only watched that film once and I wasn't the biggest fan, but you would love it. It's right up your alley.
So is
Um
there a not Hollywood, a Bollywood version of this of Vikram and Vedha as well?
there is a yes, there is I think a Hindi version of Vikram Vedha.
Interesting.
Um Obviously I've only seen the Tamil, but
Mhm.
I don't know. If anyone in the chat, I'm guessing none of you have, but if anyone in the chat has seen the Hindi version, I don't know if it's Hindi, but let me know if they're
I think it is
comparable.
Hindi,
If
yeah.
it might because some films when they yeah, so remakes. So some films when they do it in another language, they literally do a scene by scene. It's a
Mhm.
copy and paste just in a different language with other actors.
Right.
So it might be exactly the same. Um
Interesting.
yeah.
And you were saying which director was the one that has their own cinematic universe going? Is
Uh
it this one right here?
it's
No, because
for no, no,
oh,
no.
he
It's
actually
it's
wrote.
for it's for Kaithi. So Kaidi's the first
Oh,
film,
Kaithi.
and
Got it,
then
got it.
the second film is called Vikram,
Right, right.
or not to be confused with Vikram Vedha. So yeah, it was down there. It was I know we talked about hi Gresh, how are you? Um Malik Gresh says hi. Um
It's so good. It's good, Chris. My bad. Sorry, I'm like so locked in.
That's all right.
Um,
What was I gonna say? I was gonna
in
say. I know we talked about Rajinikanth, but did we talk about Kamal Hassan?
No, I don't think we
No.
did.
Okay, so so Rajinikanth's the Robo guy, yeah.
Hmm. Oh
Yes.
yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Kamal Hassan's his sort of like I don't know how to explain this. Like they were kind of going. You could say they were going like head to head. Um,
Okay.
But interestingly enough, they're actually doing a film together now, which is awesome, and I can't wait for that to come out. But anyway, so Kamal Hassan's the one who starred in Vikram, and
Okay.
then the third film is Leo, and the person who starred in that is my man, Vijay, who has now left cinema. So that's great. I don't
Mm.
know how the universe is gonna continue without him, but okay, so just sit down. Anyways, um yeah, so that's one thing that I wanted to let you know about Kaithi. What else? Should we start
That's
with
awesome.
Kaithi's the one that I have the least to say about. Like, so should we start with what you want to show us, and then I'll just add my thoughts.
For Kaide, yeah, but I want to actually make sure on the list that we had the doc, um, it said Vikram Veda, and that's the one that I watched. Are
Yeah,
these
that's the right film.
the first one or the second one?
So the one that hold on,
I just sent it to you in the Discord.
if you've watched the wrong film, I'm actually gonna crease.
I
Hold on.
swear to God, yeah, I know.
Which one did you watch?
So I watched this one right here.
Yes. Okay. So that's the
Is
one
the
that
right
I
one?
watched. That's the one that we're gonna talk about.
Okay, good, good,
But
good,
the one
good.
on top. So guys, for context,
Okay.
he sent me pictures of the Vikram poster and then a
Mhm.
picture of the Vikram Vedha poster. So the Vikram poster is the second film in the LCU. But
In the Kaithi
I didn't give
storyline.
you back to back LCU films because I want to see whether you'd
Got
figure
it.
out that it's not a standalone.
Gotcha,
I can
gotcha.
see
What's up?
as in, I can see why it's obviously easy to like confuse because the names are quite similar. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't watch the wrong film for one. But okay, so Vikram is actually tied to Kaithi.
Yeah. There's
Interesting, yeah.
actually, I think,
Interesting.
is it in Vikram or is it in Suj, let me know. There's a so Dilly from Kaithi makes
Yep.
not a cameo per se, but he's in the film, but he's not actually you don't see him. You can hear him.
Okay.
Um
Oh, interesting. He's just
yeah.
a voiceover.
I do recommend you go and watch these films
That's
because they're
funny.
actually really good. But again,
What was the name of that one?
so it's Kaithi and then Vikram, so the first poster that you sent me, and the third
Oh,
one
okay.
is Leo.
Yeah.
Or even if you look up the LCU, it'll tell you the order of the films.
Mm, that's gonna be fun to dive into.
Oh
Okay, cool,
yeah,
cool.
there are two people from Kaithi in Vikram. Basically, after we go through the
Oh.
deep dive, I'll let you know who else plays. Like, there's one character in Kaithi who's in all three of the films, quite
Hmm.
sort of centrally. It's
Interesting.
very
Okay,
interesting. I
cool.
think this is the first time that something like that has been something like this has been attempted in I don't want to say just Kollywood. I want to say in Indian cinema.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Interesting.
He's in Leo and he's in is he in Vikram? Search.
I have the IMDb pulled up.
Um I'm gonna say it in Tamil so I don't ruin it for Malik, but it's the Chinnavar, the mama, but not actually mama. Do you know what I mean? He's in Vikram? Okay, well, we'll get to that. Anyways, yeah. So where do you want to start?
Well, um, let's see here because I do have my notes in front of me. Um, I mean,
Hi,
it's actually
Shiv.
funny because I actually did see I did see a couple of these clips with my friend, and I just forgot the name of the movie. So when I was watching the first part of it, um, so much of it was already familiar. It was already familiar to me.
Yeah.
But I think this character is so funny. I've seen him in other things before, but I don't know his name. This guy right here.
So
Um,
he's called Anbu in the Arjun Das.
Ajin Das.
Yeah,
Oh yes, here we are.
he's
How tall is this guy?
when he's why are we going for my man's height? Why are we doing that?
Because when they like try to make him like imposing, it's just funny
So
because he's just
it's his
not.
voice. You know, I can't lie to you. The ladies went
He
crazy
does
for
have a
this
really
guy.
nice
Yeah,
voice.
the voice is
He does.
like
He does have a fire voice for
delicious.
sure.
That's Aura's husband, by the way. Dan, if you're not gonna contribute anything useful, Saibao. Um, Shiv, how was your day? Okay,
That
so
was good, Chip.
yeah, why do you think, was it because, to be fair, I thought they did a pretty good job, but why do you think it's funny?
No, I mean they did a good job. It's just that like I don't know, for this part specifically, he like is going up menacingly is already like a
Oh, is
difference
it because
there,
of the
but
height?
yeah, and then he like threatens him with the cleaver, but never uses it. Just kind of gets in his face a little bit,
Yeah.
makes him a little scared. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny. I don't know the actor, but yeah, I did like his role and I do like his voice a
I
lot.
think I
There's actually
think
another part later that I want to talk about as well, but mhm.
what was I gonna say? His what else is Suj would know. Suj, what else is Suj says height doesn't matter.
I mean,
Uh
it's if we're talking about vision, like in terms of like iconography, trying to get different types of if we're having a character trying to impose their a threatening status, it does help to have them 6 foot. That's why like 6 foot actors are pretty common. But
yeah.
yeah, like you don't want Batman being fucking 5'8". That won't work.
Um okay, thanks, Shiv. I appreciate you. I was gonna say, okay, what I was gonna say, I don't know whether, so basically he's done some really good films. He was in a film that was released in 2020. For those of you who know Tamil cinema, I'm talking about Master. And he did quite well in that, but that came out the year after this. I actually don't know. I think this film is when I discovered Arjun Das. Um Aura's intimidating at 4'2". First of all, I'm 5'4". Okay. But intimidating is right. Dan, sit the fuck back down. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know where he started his career. I don't know what he's also just
Handsome guy too.
he's kind of, yeah, he's kind of gorgeous. Let me not. If I start, I won't stop. Um, he's actually done a romance movie recently that I haven't seen yet that I kind of want to see.
Oh.
Um, oh, he's in he's here, you know, so Good, Bad, Ugly, and the one below that I've
This
not.
is where I saw him from. They call me OG, or
Ooh,
they
what
call him
language is
OG.
that?
This one's Telugu.
Okay.
Um, but this is where I saw Arjun Das from. But
Okay, I
his
was
role,
wondering where would you
like a
have seen him
similar,
from? Because
yeah, no,
uh,
yeah, his role is it's funny because I wonder if he's typecasted or not. I don't know if you
in
can
so
speak
in the
on that.
in Master,
Mhm.
he was again like the villain character or a villain character.
Right, right.
Um, I don't know. Those of you who know Arjun Das career, is he typecast? I feel like he no, but that what's that romance movie that he did recently? Hi Banu. Serge, what's that romance movie that he did recently? And who was it with again? Who was the actress? It came out this year. I don't.
This year?
Yeah. Maybe I'm not thinking of the. Okay, well, Suj says that most of his action movies he plays the same character. So and I
That's
trust
what
Suj's. Yeah.
yeah. I was getting
Oh my
that
god.
vibe, and there's a part in Kaithi later on that I want to
Yeah.
touch on with his part, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm good. Thanks, Banu. How are you? Um, should we? Yeah. Should we? Well, what part is that? Is it late? Like far
It's way
into.
later in the film. Yeah. Let me see. Like when they are we trying to like save people from spoilers or just kind of
No, no, go ahead. It's fine.
saying that?
No, it's fine. No, we're gonna
Okay,
assume that everyone's seen it because this movie's fairly old.
got it. Yeah, yeah. When he Bijoy, I think his name is in this. Arjun Das's character,
Yeah,
or no, Anbu. Yeah. So
yeah.
when Anbu's like trying to break into the police station, and he finally gets in through the roof. I don't know. This was part of the similarity that I found with they call him OG. Like, yeah, he was a villain, right? But he wasn't really like anybody that was doing anything crazy. Like he was just kind of there to be intimidating, but not actually do anything. I don't say that to like diss on him at all, like
Yeah.
because he did like do something. He was beating up college kids, but
I mean, come on, beating up college kids isn't that. Do you know what I mean? Um,
with a machete. Yeah, yeah. I just thought it was funny because he was talking all that shit, and he had like the cleaver, didn't use it, and then he takes a machete to some college kids. I don't know. I just thought it was funny, but they kind of did the same thing in like they call him OG. Like he wasn't facing off with the big bad of the movie. He was always like beating up grunts and stuff like that. And like,
I mean,
okay,
that's typical. I feel like because he's not the big bad of the movie, right? The big bad is the guy
right,
in jail. I think
right.
I think this is really interesting that you say that from someone who hasn't grown up with these movies because I didn't even notice that. To me, like it makes sense as to why everyone's scared of him because
Hmm.
in my head the only person above him is the big bad. Other
Okay,
than
right.
that, what he says goes. But you're right, because he hasn't actually done anything apart from hold a cleaver and walk up to a guy who's like that much taller than him and then beat up some college kids. Like, do you know what I mean?
And then
So,
he got knocked out by an old guy,
yeah,
like
yes,
by a very small old guy.
the best old guy in the game.
Right, right, right.
But
I have seen him in a lot of stuff, even a lot of Telugu movies he's in. What's his
iconic,
name?
iconic actor. I've forgotten what his name is.
Doesn't matter.
George. You missed it.
I did.
George something.
Oh
George
yes, yes, yes.
Marion.
Marion,
Myron.
yeah.
Yeah, Marion. Yeah.
Is he like just he's always like a side character, so is he kind of like just does he have any leads, do you know?
So he's actually the one. He's in Leo.
Mm.
So he's like a
Oh, he is
transfer
in Leo.
character
Okay,
in Leo.
got it.
Sid said that he's not in the second film. Um,
Mm.
1 second. But listen, we've only just started. I was sort of yapping for the first half an hour. Um, uh, is Ponyan Sullivan in the timeline? Oh, you know what? That's actually a good shout.
Yes, I have heard of this one.
Of Leo. Yeah,
Yes, I have heard of
this
this.
is to me, it's my favorite of the three.
Really?
Unbiased. That's
Mm.
unbiased opinion. Um, is it the
Yeah,
best of
yeah.
the three? Who knows? Um,
Mm. I gotta check this one out too.
Volition. I'll think
Yeah.
about it if we have time. 100%. Um, okay, they're just chatting shit now. Right. What was I gonna say? They see Vijay, they see Leo, and they start foaming at the mouth. These films have very quickly become cult classics. Like
Really?
they've got
Okay.
huge fan bases. Kaithi has a huge fan base. Like you know the
Mm.
I don't know if I'm skipping forward in your timeline now, but the biryani scene.
Yes, yeah, that part. See, that's interesting too because I know that like a little bit of history of biryani is like it was a warrior's meal, right?
Yeah.
Like they basically used it to give their warriors all the nutrients and stuff that they needed. Um, so I thought it was pretty funny that they put that in there because they were clearly trying to put that iconography on him. And when they're setting him up as a character, like, oh, this is a warrior, dude. Look at him grab a whole fucking plate of biryani and
Yeah.
eat it in one sitting. You know what I mean?
That's
So I thought that was pretty
interesting.
funny.
So like the maybe the amount that he ate is sort of relevant to the point that
Hmm.
you just made. But to me,
Yeah.
I might be just seeing it in black and white here. So what I immediately got from that is he just spent 10 years in jail, right? And maybe I don't know
Hmm.
if you would know this, but the way that man get treated in jail over there, They literally get, you know, the gruel that you see in Oliver Twist? That's what he
Oliver
ate for
Twist.
10 years straight. Like, it was
Oh,
just
I see.
like bland food.
Hmm.
So I think it was just
I see.
yeah. So it was
Hmm.
the thought of having like a like flavorful meal for
Actual
the first
meal.
time.
Yeah.
And
Right.
bear in mind, all
Okay.
he
Yeah.
knows is that all of these police officers have all of a sudden just dropped. He
Right.
doesn't. No one knows. For all he knows, it could have come from the food. He doesn't give a. He sat there and he was like,
No,
"Yeah,
it's
let me
true.
just."
And wasn't he about to drink? He was about to drink something. I don't know if it was water or the poisoned alcohol, but no one told him that that stuff was poisoned. My actually also that poison scene actually was really sick.
Yeah.
Um, I yeah no sorry,
No,
try
no,
not to
go
go off
ahead.
into
I'd like to
tangent.
get your thoughts on it because I just saw it and I thought it was kind of cool, but I don't know what
Mhm.
your filmmaker thoughts are.
So yeah, so I'm like a really big zombie guy, right? Like I feel like and it's relevant. It sounds weird, but I don't like cheesy zombie movies.
Okay.
Um, I'm very particular about what makes a good zombie movie. But the shot, like this whole segment here, I think this is the poison segment. I totally forgot the timestamp. Do you know what the poison segment is? Because it's hard to explain without
It's
showing
earlier
you.
than this. It's earlier than this. It's
Oh, it
I
is.
would say at
Okay.
the very beginning of the film, maybe the first 10 minutes.
I'm gonna scan through. Give me a
Keep going,
second.
keep going, keep going, keep
Yeah, it had
going.
to have been before that even. Okay, hold on.
Here,
I'm sorry.
it's around about
Yeah,
here.
because he tells him that he was an informant. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh shit.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so this is it. Um, it reminded me of like the feeling of for dude, this so funny before we get to that. This whole part is so funny to me. It's like the music's talking about like we're ready to kill and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're just like having a really hard time with the alcohol. It just looks so funny. Like he is not enjoying that.
I
But they're ready to
have to
kill
be
and
fair, I've
destroy.
not
Obviously, I
had
know. What's
uh
that?
I was gonna say I've not had to be fair, all alcohol tastes dirty to me, so I've never had
Oh yeah.
alcohol. I don't know why I said that. That was a lie. Anyways, so I suspect that the alcohol was probably like really strong, like really like stronger than what you and I
Probably.
would have. So maybe that's where that sort of
Probably.
like, or you know what? For all, like Lokesh probably turned around and was like, oh like scrunch your face up to show that you're having alcohol. I don't know.
Exactly. I think that's probably more likely what happened because there's no way they were giving them real booze, right? Going shot after shot after shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'd be gone. But I just think it's funny because when I was first watching it, not knowing that the alcohol was poisoned, it was just funny to see like this very serious, dark, like we're ready to kill, destroy song, and they're just like having a good time, having a hard time swallowing their alcohol. I just thought it was funny. But anyway, when it comes to this part, it feels very like zombie apocalypse-esque, and it's hard for me to really explain what that feeling is. But seeing like everybody seeing everybody like falling down while he's just like it's very like apocalyptic-esque, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It seems very end of the world type of scenario the way that they laid this shot out.
I see. Yeah. To be fair, it's
But
because
I did
it's I feel like it's because we sense the joy's panic, right? And like also
yeah.
like his broken arm, I think like it just makes him seem more vulnerable and like I
Oh,
think that's what it
100%.
is, maybe.
100%. Yeah, the helplessness is definitely a big factor of it. And they had him falling all over the place, which I really enjoyed. But yeah,
I mean,
that was a
I don't
really
get
cool
that. He
scene.
broke his arm. His legs
Hmm.
still work fine.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, he just gotta seem like a little helpless bird, one clipped wing. Um, but no, I really enjoyed that little segment there.
Suj
I
made
thought
a
the shots were
comment.
really nice.
Sorry,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
He said, I thought near the end they played too much into his helplessness, and I completely agree.
100%.
This is
This
one of
man's
the
getting trashed.
reasons.
Nah,
Oh,
wanna go now?
It's you say thank you for the follow. Welcome to the club. Um, but yeah, I was gonna say I think that this is why I prefer Vikram Vedha
Okay.
Yeah.
to Kaithi because
Hmm.
especially I know you haven't seen Vadachana and like with
I've never
those
seen it.
two films, like things are done for a very specific reason and not just for
Okay.
plot device. So
Right, right.
the broken arm, I think, is there's something not tokenism about it, but it's just like it's like Such said, it's
No,
overplayed.
that's actually the best word for it, and I couldn't have thought of a better word. Tokenism is exactly it because
Yeah,
it seemed like they wanted to like inject a bit of artificially raised stakes. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, oh, like it's all on the main character because the next strongest guy's got his arm fucked up. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, 100%.
yeah.
And
But
it's
some of the decisions that they made. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's almost as if he didn't break his arm, he'd be dealing with all of this shit on
Mhm.
his ones, like by himself.
Oh,
So
100%.
if he didn't
100%.
break this arm, we don't have a movie.
Mhm. No,
So
that's actually a really good point too, because he's supposed to be a high-ranking officer, right?
yeah,
Um, so yeah, no, he would 100% he would be the main character. So they needed a reason to not make him the main character. Um, how do you feel about, and this, I don't know, like, how do you feel about the daughter part? Like the whole daughter plot line. What do you think about that?
I think so. That was the only sort of emotional, oh, not that, and sort of, I think maybe the
Mhm.
Panic of the College Kids. But apart from the Panic of the College Kids, I would
Yeah,
say the daughter plotline is the only sort of emotional crux in the film.
yeah, for sure.
Um, the word tokenism comes to mind again.
Dude, that's why I brought it up. I felt like the same thing. Like, because there was some times where I'm like, okay, wait, they have a huge task right now. They have a body full of, or a truck full of bodies that they need to get to a hospital, and they need to get to the police station that's currently empty with trapped college kids. And then they're just like sitting in the bush, and he just like tells this whole story about missing his daughter. And I was like, we got some pressing matters right now.
I
But
agree, but I think it's because I think it comes back to Dilly as a character, right? Because Dilly is
right,
he's not your typical hero. He's just spent 10
no.
years in prison. He's a
Hmm.
convicted felon. Like, and you've seen when he fights, his violence is brutal. You know,
Right, right.
so
Mhm.
I think, but again, it is sort of tokenism. Like they use the daughter to be like, oh, like he's not all that. It's not black and white. He's kind of grey, but
Mhm.
here, like, look at this little girl. Like, this is how we're gonna prove it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So is Kaithi the first in this LCU,
It,
or was this like his introduction film to the LCU?
so Kaidi's. Are you talking about the actor or like?
This movie, just like the main character, Dilly as a character in
So
the
yeah, so it's
LCU.
it's the, it's the first film in the LCU, and he's also
LCU.
it's also like his like Dilly's first film.
Got
Like
it,
this is
got
where
it.
he's
Okay.
introduced.
Got it. That makes sense.
That's the other thing that
Hmm.
I think is very interesting. I'm so used to, and this is, bear in mind, the type of like Hollywood films that I like is like
Hmm.
there's a lot of backstory, there's a lot of flashback, there's a lot of like what's the word, grounding of characters, like fleshing them out
Okay.
early on, so you get
Right,
attached to them. You don't get
right.
any of that with Delete until like like the only thing that you get is like, okay, like I'm trying to see my daughter. I've been in
Hmm.
prison for 10 years. My wife died. That's it. Whereas before we get the big bad in films, typically you have a happy-go-lucky hero, and
Hmm.
he's going after a girl, and then like something happens, and then we got a big bad. You know.
Right,
So
right.
I think that was one of the things that made it so challenging for me to connect with this film the first watch. It wasn't until
Mm,
like my palette in movies sort of like matured a bit that I
I
was
see.
like, okay, this is actually a really good film.
For sure, for sure. I totally do agree with that in terms of like how they approached giving you the information of Dilly. Um, and in some ways, I think it was good because it kind of allowed you to kind of unfold the character as the story went on, which I did appreciate. But there were times where it felt like they kind of had to shove a lot in one area. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
um, particularly when he comes out of the police car, and they had the freaking, desk clerk lady literally give him the backstory of this guy right in front of him. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like telling him everything. Like, how did this lady know that for one? But
She
yeah,
was his,
no.
I don't know if it came across to you, but she was his parole officer.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, I missed that part. Okay, I
So
thought she was
yeah.
just some regular like police like desk lady. So I was like, how does
Yeah, no,
she
no,
know
I
this
get it. So
information?
that was one of the things I was worried about when I sent you off on your
Mhm.
own to watch these films, because I know some of the translation is us, so is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
good. Sorry, and let me not. Yeah.
Well,
Eh,
and just like reading subtitles, having my eyes go back and forth. Sometimes I do miss some subtitles, so
yeah,
I could have easily missed that. Um, but yeah, no, I did think that it felt like they had to do like expedition chunks when it comes to, or exposition chunks when it comes to fleshing out Dilly's character as we go, because it felt like we'd be like, oh, we've been doing a bunch of action with Dilly, now we need to get him caught up with the emotional part just to make sure that the audience remembers that he's a flawed human that is trying to
yeah.
redeem himself, so it's like, but then
Uh,
he had these, yeah, go ahead.
no, no, you go ahead.
I was just saying, and then he had these extremely huge feats in between. Um, but yeah, I did like how they I did like what they were going for with Dilly. Um, I just think the way that they chose to approach unfolding his character was, I don't want to say a bad choice, because there were moments where I did actually like feel like I was understanding him more the more time we spent with him. Um,
I think it's things like, for instance,
mhm.
so you know the caterer Kamachi that came with them.
Yes, I believe
So
so.
he's the one who, like, I think it's his family lorry that they took to transport everyone. So then they
Right.
sort of brought him with them,
Yeah, yeah, the kid. Yeah, I have
the
some things to
kid.
say
So
about the kid
like,
too. Yeah.
um, there's lots of times where Dilly's basically turned around to Bajoy and been like, "Leave him out of it. Why are you making him go in the back and
Hmm.
sort it out? You go do it." So
Right,
it's I think
right.
it's things like that where it's like it's not his humanity per se, but I think it's also it's showing him. I don't know what the right word is. It's like he's not just a black and white convict. He's able
Right.
to think critically. You know,
Hmm.
like he knows, like, okay, like he, as much as he's been dragged into this situation for no reason, this kid even more so. Like, at least
Right.
he's getting to see his daughter at the end of it, and his daughter's gonna get,
He's getting something out of it.
get to go to a good school. This kid is
Yeah.
literally in the middle of this horror for no reason. I think he, like, I really appreciated that he protected
Yeah.
the kid from the joy in that way,
For
or
sure. For
attempted to,
sure.
anyways.
And I think the kid definitely played an important role in terms of understanding the dynamic between the cop and it's actually funny because I feel like Vikram and Kaithi actually had some similar uh, writing strains in terms of like how they were trying to deal with the subject of morality and like your, typical criminal versus your cop, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
100%.
like how like this cop was literally saying some stuff like run them all over, like I'll deal with it later, da, 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 you know what I mean, in terms of the paperwork and whatnot. So it's clear that morality is gray to him, but then to have like the outward perspective, be that he's absolute right, and then someone like Dilly is absolute wrong because he, has done things in his past that led him to prison. I actually didn't even catch what he went to prison for. Do you? Does it
They
ever
didn't
tell you?
say. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
The lack of background is all you know is that he spent 10 years in prison.
Mhm.
Like, I
Right.
think
And he
it
lost his
might have
daughter.
been guys. Someone please tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I don't know if he went to prison. I don't remember. So his wife died, but I don't know when she died. I don't know if he went to prison after she died or
Hmm,
before or because of her death. And if there's nothing to do
I
with her,
see.
then we don't know why.
I see. Okay. So maybe they're waiting to divulge that later on in the LCU, or
Let me I actually
because
need to
that's pretty huge. Like that's
uh
a big sentence too. That's like a
go
murder
to
sentence.
jail. 1 second. Uh, the exact crime that he committed is kept a mystery in the first movie.
Yeah. Okay.